I've been fortunate. I have not worked at a company that I feel like neglects pricing, but boy, that can be a challenge. Hi, my name's Kristin Daniels. I am the VP of Strategic Pricing at Watsco. I've been with the company now for about 8 years, and my previous background is I've been doing pricing for a long time, almost 30 years now, and again, 8 years at Watsco. Literally on my first day of work, our president said to me, "When are we buying pricing software?" And so that kind of engagement from him, it wasn't, I didn't have to push for it. He wanted it. He was pulling for it. So I was very lucky to have that. Not everyone has that level of support, but it's so important to have that executive leadership. The project just won't, honestly, I don't think can be successful without it. Yeah, as far as engaging with the C-suite, I think it's showing quick wins. That's been really beneficial for us. So even though I had a lot of executive support, that doesn't mean I don't have pressure from the C-suite to deliver. I certainly do. So anytime we can show how we're using the software to drive benefits for the business, and that can be financial benefits or it can be efficiencies for our pricing teams, all of that resonates wonderfully, obviously, I think, with the C-suite. So as far as what advice I would give other folks interested in doing a pricing transformation, there's a lot of things I'd suggest, but first and foremost, I think it's really important to think about your roadmap. After joining this company, I spent a year, and my job was to figure out what pricing software we wanted to invest in and what we wanted it to do. It took me literally a year to really understand the business, meet with all of the pricing people, understand what their challenges were, and I didn't want to shortcut that because I think it's super important what your roadmap needs to be for your company, because I think as you talk to other PriceFX customers, you'll find that almost no one has the same roadmap. We all do things in different orders, and that's appropriate, and PriceFX is awesome at being flexible and saying, hey, if you want to do analytics first, that's fine. If you want to do CPQ first, that's fine. Self-sufficiency is something my company, we've really embraced from a perspective of PriceFX. So our solution is very complicated with all these different business units and implementing analytics, price setting, optimization, all these different pieces and we've certainly valued the partners that we have, and we continue to work with partners. But what we found incredibly beneficial for us is to have folks on my staff that are doing some of the configuration work within PriceFX. So we have 2 people, actually more like 3, that are doing that, our own configurations, so that we can keep up with all the demands of our business users. The easiest way for us to get our pricing team engaged and win their hearts and minds is to get them in the system, loading pricing more efficiently. That's the way that we were able to kind of capture that user base and get them excited about the other things that were coming. Clearly, it's such an important part of profitability. It's arguably one of the biggest levers in being a profitable company is to spend a lot of time thinking about not just your pricing strategy, but how you're maintaining pricing, how you're keeping up with cost changes in your business, all the different aspects that go into pricing. You can't neglect something that is that important to your profitability.